video is going to be an update on the tip jar in the video, how to make more money face painting that other face painters won't tell you. If you haven't seen that video, I'll be putting it in the description below, along with at the end of this video. First, I'd like to thank everyone so much that have made comments and feedback, not only on the YouTube, but on Facebook and other social media. For people that have ordered and received their tip jars, this video is specifically for you. Some people have made comments that they're having some sorts of problems with the tip jar, either with the sensitivity or not having it able to work. Hopefully this video can clarify things and make it easier for you. In all of the years that we've been face painting, we have tried all of the tip jars, from homemade ones to cute ones to ones that were actually pretty expensive. However, this tip jar has definitely worked the best for us, nearly tripling our tips. This video and talking about this tip jar, I'm not being sponsored, not making any kind of commission, but it is truly a product that I would recommend to any entertainer. I have seen it work amazingly, and I wish that it does the same for you. When it comes to this tip jar, specifically this one, I can vouch for the high quality and it being absolutely fantastic. Now, of course, there can be some faulty ones or ones that are damaged in transit. And the great thing about the seller that I did share in the link in the other video, so I just wanted to show you again how it works. Bear in mind that kids will tap it, they will touch it, they will play with it, and somehow they will find a way to make it ring and make it work. Now let's take a look on how it really works. You can adjust the volume here, having it either be loud or quiet, and also change the batteries whenever they need to be replaced. First, you have to turn it on and pick the volume setting. You have the LED lighting here and the sound right here. This tip jar has several sensors, the majority of them being actually in this box in the back. And if you take a look at your tip jar, there's going to be a little black gap that is the motion sensor of the tip jar. This tip jar really is an attention grabber. Because you're able to adjust the volume, people can hear it throughout the event. And when one person does it, everyone wants to do it. Overall, there have been some complaints saying that the tip jar is a little oversensitive, and what I can say to that is I'd much rather have the tip jar be oversensitive and work great than have it be hardly sensitive and not work at all. Having it more sensitive can be a lot better. Here's actually a bonus tip to make more tips while face painting. If you actually put, instead of putting $1 bills when you're starting out, if you put a $5 or a $10 bill when you're just starting the event, people will notice and they will only tip you $5 or $10. When you're adding $1 bills, you're encouraging the people saying, oh, it's just for minimal tips, I'll just put $1 or $2 for your amazing work. But when it is $5 or $10, people realize that this is a legitimate face painting and they will tip you that much, including children. They know the difference between $1 and $5, and if they see that, they'll ask their parents to tip you that much. Also about this tip jar is people that are hearing it from far away and they're walking past your booth or your table, they hear it and they're thinking, what's going on? Is someone winning something? This really attracts your audience to know exactly what's going on. And when they see it's face painting, they're like, I want to get my face painted. Oh, me too. Oh, me three. And the whole family's coming to get their face painted just because they heard one sound. And that was the sound of making money. The main thing is to get it tested at a gig and see how people react to it. Let me tell you a quick story on how this tip jar and I became acquainted. A while back, I was working side by side with a balloon artist. We were doing the exact same designs. The only difference was we had different tip jars. When I was making the balloons, all I heard was ding, 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 ding. And I'm like, what's going on? And I look over and kids are just piling up money in her tip jar, and they were loving it. They were loving the interaction, the noise, the lights, the fun. And at the time, I just had a boring tip jar that said tips appreciated, and that was it. And I was not making even a quarter of the amount of tips she was making. After that day, I bought my tip jar, and look at us now, tripling our tips. See you guys next week. Bye-bye.